I used to think faith was easy. A song you sing when the sun is out, a prayer you whisper when everything is already going the way you planned. But nobody tells you about the middle part, the part between the promise and the proof. There's a name for that. The ancient ones called it the wilderness, the valley of the shadow, the night watch. I just call it Tuesday because that's usually when it hits. Not some dramatic cinematic moment, but an ordinary Tuesday. A Tuesday when the diagnosis comes, when the relationship unravels, when the numbers don't add up, when you pray the same prayer for the 417th time and the ceiling doesn't move and heavens feels like it's behind glass, and you start to wonder, does he hear me? Does he see me? Does any of this mean anything at all? I won't pretend I have the answer wrapped neatly in a bow, but I've been reading about a man who sat in a pit his brothers threw him in, who served time for a crime he didn't commit, who interpreted dreams for men who forgot him the moment they were free. His name was Joseph. And by every human measure, every reasonable, logical, sensible measure, God had forgotten him, except he hadn't. Every single thing that looked like abandonment was actually architecture. Every closed door was load bearing. Every delay was divine positioning. The pit was preparation. The prison was a classroom. The silence was not the absence of God, it was God working in a frequency we weren't tuned to hear. Now, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that's easy to receive because when you were in the pit, you don't have the benefit of reading the last chapter first. You only have this chapter, this dark, confusing, makes no sense chapter. And trust is not, I understand what you're doing. Trust is, I don't understand what you're doing and I'm staying anyway. That's it. That's the whole thing. Trust is not comprehension. Trust is not certainty. Trust is not the feeling of peace through peace, though peace sometimes comes when we're keeping our mind on Jesus. Trust is the choice made in the dark, made in the silence, made with trembling hands. I believe you are good, even when this doesn't feel good. I believe you are present, even when you feel absent. I believe you are working, even when I cannot see the work. Proverbs says it plainly, almost uncomfortably plainly. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Lean not on your own understanding. That word lean implies pressure. It implies that your understanding is going to come and offer itself as a crutch. It's going to say, use me, analyze this, figure out what went wrong, calculate your way out. And sometimes that's useful. But there are moments when your understanding is simply not big enough for what God is doing. You are trying to fit an ocean into a paper clip. And the invitation, the terrifying, beautiful, humbling invitation, is to put the cup down, to say, my mind cannot hold this, so I'm going to hold you instead. I don't know what you're carrying today. Maybe it's grief that still has your name on it. Maybe it's a future that looks nothing like what you planned. Maybe it's a prayer you've almost stopped praying because hope is starting to feel like the most dangerous thing you own. Keep praying, not because you are guaranteed the outcome you want, but because the act of prayer is the act of turning towards something larger than yourself. It is the muscle of trust being exercised in the dark. And dark is not the same as abandon. Silence is not the same as indifference. Waiting is not the same as forgotten. Joseph got to see it all come together. But for years, he didn't know that he would. He just had today. He just had the pit, this prison, this unknowing, and he kept his integrity. He kept his character. He kept his faith in a God he could not see clearly. And that was enough for God to keep working. So maybe today you don't need to understand the plan. Maybe today you just need to trust the planner. One day, one step, one surrender of the need to make it all make sense. He's got you, even now, especially now. I'm going to leave you with three scriptures in Isaiah. First, Isaiah 40:31. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. God will restore you, even in the midst of you being tired and wanting to throw in the towel. Isaiah 59:19. When the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against him. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. God is not a God that he shall lie. And so you can bank on his word. He will come through, he will see you through. Continue to trust and continue to hold on. This has been Faye from Rooted and Real. And if you know that God is real and that he has delivered you and he has come through for you before, just go ahead and leave a heart in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you soon next week. If you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can receive a notification when the next episode drops.